guys, welcome back to beautiful SoCal. We are here today in the Simi Valley area and we're actually going to do a bike review. Robert, aka Biker, set me up with the guys at Worldwide Cyclery and I'm demoing the Yeti SB5.5 for today. I got it in the X01 build in a large, and as you can tell, it's full of all the goodies.
The SB5.5 is Yeti's trail/enduro 29er. It sports a 140mm rear and a 160mm front with a well-balanced 66.5 degree head angle. On paper, it's a perfect recipe for an aggressive ride that can still be pedaled up.
I started over here on Chumash Trail, which is a blue run, because I wanted to get acquainted with the bike and easier stuff before I headed over to the trails on the other side. I'm planning on doing Hummingbird and the Grudge, which from what I've seen are super challenging. I've been climbing now pretty solidly for about 15 minutes and I'm really liking this. With the shock in the open position, you're not really going to want to climb. I felt that it had some pedal bob, nothing insane, but it was there. As soon as you flip over to the medium setting, it's going to be great for most techie climbs where there's a little bit of chunkiness and you just want some comfort. I think it strikes a good balance because it's still very efficient and it doesn't bust your balls. But as soon as you jump into the firm mode, it really becomes insanely efficient. It's pretty comfortable. I feel that the seat tube angle leaves me in a good position, pretty centered. It's easy to pedal hard without the front end getting vague. That was nice and challenging. Oh yeah, this bike can climb. Well, I made it to the top of Chumash. I'm absolutely loving these rock formations. Huge freaking boulders sticking out combined with the green. They look so cool. I think as I get more comfortable on it, I'll start to go a little bit faster through those rock gardens. It is insane to me how much chunk this bike just soaks up, no problem at all. I don't know, I mean, maybe with the shock in the open position while I was climbing, the pedaling platform wasn't so great. But now that I just gave it that tiny little sprint there, holy shit, did it just pick up speed without bobbing at all. That was great.
Yeti designed this bike with short but not super short chainstays in an effort to bring balance between stability and flickability, and it seems they got it right. The bike never felt sluggish to turn and I was never able to find a limit on speed. No matter how much more I let go of the brakes, I was the one getting scared before I actually felt the bike holding me back. It likes to keep speed like crazy and does so with amazing stability.
There's also a lot of hikers, so when there's a blind corner like that, you kind of have to tone it down a bit. Don't want to smack into anyone. Dude, this is one nice bike. So much traction from the front, and it stays so high in the travel.
And the same can be said about the shock. I admittedly find the top of the line Fox DPX2, which this one has, and the X2 to be amazing. The larger EVOL canister together with the damping work beautifully to give lots of mid-stroke support without any harshness.
I've stated a couple times that I'm not much of a 29er person, but lately with these new, more modern ones, truly, if you didn't tell me, I think I wouldn't be able to tell the fact that it's not a 27.5. They're just so fun and so nimble. and they like to keep speed so much. Some loose. Woohoo! Nice, flowy. Thank you. So much flow. That was a really cool section of trail.
If you got here through search, consider checking out the rest of the channel when you're done with this video. I ride all over the US with a focus on the southeast and get to test ride some nice bikes here and there.
So we're almost at the bottom of Chumash, but the review's far from over. I just wanted to start here, and I'm gonna go ride the other trails, and once I have a better idea on those, which are gonna be much more challenging, I'll finish the video over there, so you have a much better idea of the bike in a variety of terrains beyond just the super easy. And this is what happens when you spend more on the demo rental than on your rental car. Hey, but it fits, right? So it's all good.
After moving to another parking location and climbing up a bit of road, I followed Rocky Peak Trail up to Hummingbird. Rocky Peak is a multi-use, wide, mostly easy trail, but it is very steep in some sections.
So this trail has an amazing amount of elevation loss over a very short distance. Nice and steep. That is loose and steep. The guy hiking has some headphones and he has no idea I'm here, so just giving him some space. There's basically nothing to say other than the fact that this bike is incredible. I have made so many mistakes today, and it has been so forgiving.
After getting to the bottom of Hummingbird, I pedaled back up Rocky Peak and just a bit past Hummingbird to jump into the Grudge, the toughest and last trail I was hitting today.
So after what seemed like an infinite amount of climbing, we've actually made it into the Grudge. Holy crap. I can't believe I did that. These are nice, super challenging. I think I have the same comment as with Hummingbird. Just finding out where the hell I'm going is half the battle. Riding this with somebody guiding me would have been much, much easier.
I think at this point it's pretty clear that this is a very positive review, but nothing is perfect. If I'm allowed to be nitpicky, I'd wish the bike had just a tiny bit more reach. Admittedly, this may come from the fact that my Yeti SB has 460mm of reach versus the SB5.5's 442.
Loose and steep.
I just feel it's easier to keep a comfortable attack position with that tiny bit of extra reach.
I have to admit, I'm working really hard here. I'm not used to this level of chunkiness. It's an absolute blast of a trail, though. It is 100% doable.
You know how things go when you say something like that. Obviously, I run into the first feature that I couldn't do.
Wow, that's a big send.
Okay, so let's start to wrap this up. We have to talk about what I recently heard called as a Yeti tax.
Okay, more rocky goodness.
This thing is expensive, much more so than comparable builds of other brands. The frame is $3,500 with a factory DPX2. The cheapest full build is $5,000, and the EXO-1 Turk build I rode for this demo is a staggering $7,200. A steep objective no matter how you look at it. That being said, if this is a budget that you're comfortable with, then this bike will undoubtedly make you happy, as it does ride amazing.
And SoCal does not play.
The bike completely lived up to its design premise, as at no point did I feel hindered either climbing or descending. The frame is quite linear, which makes it easy to read and predict, and it would take some much harder riding with big hits to see if it would have a noticeable impact on bottom-out resistance.
Some of those rock rollers are really intimidating.
This bike is amongst the most intuitive bikes I've ever ridden. I got a feel for it pretty quickly with minimal setup. I'm sure that putting some more work into the setup, I could get it to be even better. But it was very easy to ride straight from the beginning. I'm pretty sure the 29er wheels had a big effect on how easy it was to roll over all obstacles.
Whew. Tight. Let's see, let's spot it. So this is what I was spotting. Looks pretty darn intimidating. If I can keep my speed in check, it's good. Yep, and then here. And yes, that was scary, but conquered. Well, this bike inspires confidence unlike anything other that I've ridden. It's just so forgiving. Absolutely love it. As I said before, I'm a little bit out of my element here. This is really challenging for me. And the bike is just handling everything I throw at it. So really top notch. There's a few sections here that I've done that I get through them. It's like, I cannot believe I just rode that.
Well guys, that's going to be it for today. If you have any questions about the bike, throw them in the comments section and I'll do my best to help you out.
Whew. Absolutely love that. I don't know if it's because it was my second run down and I was already kind of getting used to SoCal terrain, but that went really well in comparison. We are done with Simi Valley, at least for now. This is a place I'd definitely like to come back. I had so much fun here. The climbing was quite tough, honestly, but well worth it. It's not too long, but very steep. But once you get to the top and you start bombing down, you kind of forget that you had to do all that climbing. It is just so much fun here. Very much worth the trip. Well guys, hope you had fun with this one. I will see you for the next one, and happy riding.